Hello, I am Jenny.longinnes, and I'm going to share with you how much time it takes to be a coach. And the true answer is that there is no specific answer. So, the time that you spend coaching is going to depend on what your goals are. Now, as a baseline, you can build a very successful, strong business over time, being consistent by spending about an hour a day on your coaching business. Now, we have what's called an Empower Hour, which is a daily task list of things that we do as coaches to, again, move our business forward. So that task list can be done all at once in an hour block, or you can break it up, do 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, or 30 minutes here. And then, of course, be getting your workout in because we are just glorified challengers as well. So you can do that in about an hour a day. The beauty is that it is very flexible, and you can, again, get it done in blocks of time, chunks of time, or you can get it done all at once, depending on you, your family, and your schedule. Now, if you have bigger goals, you want to accelerate your business, maybe you want to replace your income and be a full-time coach, then you can adjust your hours you spend. So you can spend 2 hours total, 3 hours, or 4 hours. Again, probably not in a big chunk of time, but blocking it off. So for me, I'll tell you a little bit about my story because I've done both. I've been a full-time teacher building my coaching business, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom. So when I was working full-time teaching, I really wanted to accelerate my business. I had big goals. I wanted to eventually start a family with my husband and get pregnant and then be able to stay home with our baby. And so I saw coaching as an opportunity to make this happen. I didn't know how it was going to happen any other way. And so for me, I took that Empower Hour and I doubled or tripled it, and sometimes even spent a total of maybe 4 hours on my business. But that was matching me and my goals. So I would, to give you a little bit of idea of my schedule, work out in the morning before school, post in my group, post on my social media page, and then, of course, go to school. And on my lunch break, I'd answer a few messages. If I had, a minute to do that, I would check in with my challengers. I would listen to trainings and personal development to and from school. And on my break, my planning period, when I was doing other work, I would listen, feed my mind with some personal development and trainings. And then when I got home from school, that's when that's when my real work started. That's when I did my Empower Hour task list. And sometimes I would, again, spend an hour doing it. Sometimes I would spend 2. And then maybe I would do a couple hours. My husband would get home from work. I would do family time with him, dinner, spend some time with him watching TV or whatever, and then maybe catch up on 15, 20 minutes of responding to the rest of my messages before I turned in for the night. And now, as a stay-at-home mom and full-time coach, I do things differently. It doesn't mean I have more time. In fact, some days it means I have less. But no matter how you do it, you just need to make sure you're using your minutes of your day wisely and creating a purpose for each minute of the day. So I just started, she's about 6 months old. I just started waking up before her in the morning. And so I use that hour before her to get some work done. I start my Empower Hour. I respond to messages. I check into my challenge group and do some of those tasks on that list. Then she wakes up and we play, and I get to have the flexibility of being at home with her. During her first nap, I like to get my workout in. Again, that's always a crucial part of our day as coaches. So carving out the time for that. I post in my challenge group, and she's awake again and we play. In the afternoon, if she takes another nap, then I can squeeze in a little bit more coaching work. Again, I'm breaking up my Empower Hour and doing it in chunks and mom cracks of the day so that I get it all done by the end of the day. And if if we've done our family time, we've eaten dinner and she's gone to bed and those tasks aren't completed on my list, then I will do more to make sure that they're all done, because I want to continue my growth and continue to build a strong and successful business. There are some nights that we have team calls. So we put a calendar out every month and we'll have about an hour-long team call a couple of times a month. So that would, fit into your schedule that way. So whatever your goals are, if you want to, just do this as a fun hobby, make a little bit of extra money for groceries or your mortgage, then you can work to match that. If you want to replace an income, or you want to contribute to your family's income and still stay at home or work alongside your current job, you can do that as well. Whatever you put into this is exactly what you're going to get out. And for me, I'll tell you, I worked for about 12 months and I was able to not renew my teaching contract. It aligned with June. So I was done with the year for summer and I was done with teaching about 12 months after I started coaching. And in September, I had our baby. And at that point, I didn't go back to teaching. And at that point, my coaching income, my Beachbody income matched my teaching income, and it's continued to grow from there. And so that was about 15 months worth of work. Again, I accelerated my business by doing more work. If that's not your goal, then you spend about an hour a day or so working. And it's different every day. Some days we run errands and have play dates and do some family things, and I don't work as much that day. And then I will make up for it in another block of time throughout the week. So it is so flexible. You do have to be very driven, or you have to want to be driven, and you have to, again, find a purpose for every minute of the day and make your time intentional so that you get the most out of the time that you spend working and building relationships, and you get the most out of the time that you spend with your family. So I hope that gives you a good idea about how much time that it takes to coach.